Hello, I'm going to continue on in my series of board games, my board game collection. It's my next shelf. Not very many games here, 5 games only, so it's not going to be such a long video. Okay, I'm just going to start from the top and go down. Okay, here we go. You recognize this one. It's called The Quest for Eldorado. Sometimes it's difficult to get somebody interested in a new game they've never played before because of rules and all. You got to explain the rules. This game, Francis just took to this game like a duck to water. It was fantastic. It's one of these games where you're just like, after you take your turn, you're like, okay, come on, hurry up. I want to take my turn again. Come on, go, go, go. Just so you can have another turn. Look, okay, I'm going to show you. Look, you can make any kind of board you want because so this is a Reiner Knizia game. It's a deck builder race game. So you got your guys. If you're playing with 2 people, you control 2 guys. If you're playing with more people, you just control 1 guy. And what you're doing is you're racing through the jungle, through deserts, water, a whole bunch of these tiles. They're double-sided, and so you make whatever kind of map you want, or you can use the suggested ones. It doesn't matter. And then you have these cards. You have these cards that let you move your guy along the various terrains. So if you had this card, 5 machete, you can move your guy 5 spaces along the jungle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you're trying to get to the end of the you're trying to get to, I don't know where it is. Anyways, you're trying to get to Eldorado. Sorry. Oh my gosh. You're trying to get to Eldorado. It's right there. First person to get there wins. It's so much fun because you have to build your deck and you're either going to buy or you're going to move. Or I think you can do both. I don't know. But it's a lot of fun. It's fun because you can make your own map. So it's different every time. There's expansions. I want to get some expansions, but we'll do that later. That is The Quest for Eldorado. Another Knizia game, I've had this game for just about ever. It's called Samurai. I played this game with my kids. I played it with my game group. It's an abstract type of game where it's Japanese themed. We love Japan. So you build this map. The game's like the board's like a puzzle. You build this board. Like so. Then you put all these tokens out. In these cities. There's 3 types of tokens. There's these that are helmets. There's these that are Buddhas. And there's rice. Anyways, you put them all in the cities and the towns and everything. And then everybody's got a set of these tokens. And you have like 5 of them or something. And all what you do is you just place them down. And then when a city is surrounded, whoever has the most tokens wins. Whoever has the highest number of their color around a city or whatever wins. And you want to get the most of 2 or 3. The scoring is kind of weird, but that's what you want to do. Okay. The next game is Arcadia. This is also a game Francis used to love. We played it a lot, Francis. We did. But it's another really good Euro game. The components are really nice. I'm going to show you the board. These are screens. You put your stuff behind the screens. This is the palace. I guess the palace or whatever. But this is the board. You see? It's like an open field. And look at all this stuff. Look at this. Wow, look at all that stuff. You have these that are buildings. There's many types, many different types of buildings of different shapes. And you have these are your people, your architects. Your architects build these buildings. You put them out on the board using these cards. So you play a card, you put a building on the board. And you have these tokens, which is basically money. It's like an economic game. So what do you do on your turn? Oh, you have a bunch of these things, which are like, you put them down there on the board. Oh no, you put them here. You put them here, anywhere you want. When you've surrounded a building, when you've built a building, you get to put one of these things on the board, and they each have a different color of seal. And then you collect these seals, you see? You collect these, and then you have banners, 4 banners per player. And what you do is 4 times in the game, or 5 times in the game, you can score. You choose when to score. And what you do is you hand in all of your, or as many of these as you want, and they're going to get you money. This is the money. Depending on how many of that color is showing from the top at the time that you want to sell them. Then the game ends when this gets to be 3 high. Then the game basically ends, and whoever has the most money wins. The most money wins. It's a nice game. Very easy to learn, but quite challenging. Yeah, quite challenging. I'm not kidding you. It's fun. That's Arcadia. Arcadia. Look at this game. It's called Medina. And this is another kind of like an abstract game. It's it's tough. It's so tough. You get these are just shields and stuff. The board looks like so. It's double-sided, depending on the number of players. Everybody gets some rooftops in their color. You get a number of walls. Oh, and but you also get 4 colors of these palaces. You put them behind your screen. On your turn, very simple. What you do is you just put 2 pieces of wood out on the board. Like 1 or whatever you want on the board. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to score a palace that you want to get. You want to get it quite big, so you can score it, and you score it by putting your piece of wood, which is your roof, on top. So on your turn, if it's like this and nobody's scored, this is never going to happen. But if nobody's scored this, you can put one there, and then you put one there, and then that's going to be at least 4 points at the end of the game. And you can do that 4 times. Yeah. It's difficult because you're like, you can't just build up your own palace because somebody else is going to steal it from you. That's what they do. So you have to time it properly. You can't get too greedy. If you get too greedy, then you're not going to score any points. That's Medina. I know I don't explain these games very well, but can't help it. Medina. They're difficult to explain. Okay, this is called the Downfall of Pompeii. We all know Pompeii, Mount Vesuvius, Pompeii, in the Roman times. This is the German version, but it's language independent. But those are German rules. This is the volcano. Look, see, you build it like, you put it together like this. Oh no, like this. You see, it's a volcano. And here's the board. Look, that's a nice board. Look at it. See? The volcano goes right here. I used to play this with my kids all the time. It was so much fun. These are your people. Those are people. And what you're going to do, the first part of the game is you're going to use these cards to populate this Pompeii with your people. So you're like, I'm going to put somebody in the house number 6. I think you put somebody there. Whatever. And then other people can put other people there or whatever. And you keep doing that until this card comes up twice. Ooh. The volcano explodes, erupts. And when the volcano erupts, well, then you stop. Obviously, you're going to stop having people come into the city because nobody's going to come into the city when there's a volcano erupting. But what happens is that after the volcano erupts, everybody has to run out of the city. And so you're like, okay, you have like a whole bunch of people here. So there's like 3 people in this house. And if you're red or whatever color you are, you can go 3 times because there's 3 people in the house. So you can go 1, 2, 3, and then you're out. You're trying to get out of the city. This one you go 1, 2, and you can't go any further. And then you have to go 1, but you have to get people out of the city. Whoever gets the most people out is going to win. But sometimes you can fall into the volcano. Like that. Because there's like omen cards and there's like, oh, yeah, because what you have to do is when it erupts, you take a tile out of this bag. You take a tile and it's like lava and it's flowing all over the city. So so you're like, if you have people here, so say I'm not red, I'm another color, and I take this out of the bag, I can put it right there, and these people they die because the lava hit them, they die and they go in the volcano. So that's why you gotta rush to get out of the city before you die. This is pretty good. It's fun. It's fun. You get to kill people. What? Oh my gosh. Yeah. You can't do that in real life, but you know, it's okay in board games. It's an historical game. And that's it. That's the last game of this shelf. I have one more shelf to go. We'll do that tomorrow maybe. But that is the Downfall of Pompeii. Okay, we'll see you later. Bye.